Hello, everybody. Black America's Love Doctor here, Dr. Aaron Turpeau, and I'm just sharing perspective with you on love and relationships and other matters as well. So, I have a question for us tonight, and it is a brief one. It's a very quick question. And this woman says, "Dear Dr. Turpeau, why don't men take control in relationships?" So that was very quick. Told you, very brief. So let's talk a little bit about that. In my practice, when I counsel people and I see people, when it comes around the area of control, the complaint is that somebody's either too controlling or they're not controlling enough. So from this person's perspective, she is viewing that the men that she relates to, that they don't take control in relationships. So those are the two extremes. So let's talk a little bit about the concern that she had, which is that she finds that men don't take control in relationships. So, in the area of relationships, particularly, I've noticed with the Black population, which is mostly my population, my clientele, we have a lot of strong, powerful women out here. They're really kicking ass when it comes to their careers, making money. And so they're used to taking control, like I say, kicking ass and taking names. And so they're used to calling shots, making things happen. And then, unfortunately, sometimes they have a hard time turning that off when they get into relationships or dating men. And if they have a hard time turning that off, they'll find themselves in a lot of times in the relationships where they are controlling the relationship. Deep down, though, most of the women I talk to, even though they find themselves being very controlling and powerful in the workplace, they tend to want to have a man to take control. They want somebody to take care of them for a change rather than having to always call the shots. And so I tell my clients, I tell the women to keep kicking ass professionally and in their careers. Keep doing what they're doing. Be the best that you can be. Don't dumb down and stop being the best that you can be. But when it comes to dating men, women need to learn to dance a different dance, because that same thing that's making you successful in your career can make you unsuccessful in dating and in relationships. So one of the things that women can do is they can actually check themselves to make sure that they're not being too aggressive, too controlling in their dating relationships with men. Because if you are too aggressive, too controlling in your dating, that will trigger men or influence men to not be controlling, because you're taking the lead in the dance. So if you want men to not be so controlling, then we have to do some different things. Your part, let the man take the lead in the relationships. The other thing that you can do is you can express to him that it really turns you on when you see a man take control. Okay? And then pick some areas that you would like to pick some areas and tell him those areas that you'd like to see him take more control. Give him some examples, such as, men, we have to have things spelled out a lot of times. So be clear. Don't just say, I need you to take control more. That goes over a lot of guys' heads. So you need to give some examples. One thing that you can say is, you can say, for an example, I want you to pull out your calendar, pick a couple of nights a week, a couple of nights a month that we can have a date night. And I'd like to see you take initiative, plan something for us. Don't ask me just, what I want to do. If I want to do it, don't wait for me to plan it. You take the initiative to plan our dates and surprise me, and let's do some things together. That's showing that you're taking initiative. That's showing that you're taking more control. Another example would be, if you think he's good with finances, I'd like for you to take over paying the bills or what have you. Or in the bedroom, I'd like for you to take control in the bedroom. Different positions, try different things, mix it up. Tell me what you like, and let's do that. So different areas, give him actual examples of things that you'd like to see him take more control of. Basically, I'm saying you need to train your man how to treat you. And do this. You want to avoid the control freaks, because oftentimes we can interpret control freaks as their aggression. And a lot of control freaks can be very aggressive, and we can misinterpret that and end up with somebody that we really don't want or need to be with. So give nice guys a chance, and train the nice guys how to be more controlling in certain situations as you dance together. You need to take the lead. Men, you need to take the lead, and women, you need to let men lead in certain areas. I remember my wife and I, we were taking some ballroom dancing classes, and at first we were doing very well. Everybody was complimenting us. Everybody was saying, "Man, you all are doing great." But my wife caught on much faster than I did, and I'm kind of slow. And eventually she got bored, and as we're dancing, she's like, "Okay, now spin me. All right, now turn me." And then after that, I started tripping over myself, and we were not looking smooth anymore. She didn't have the patience to let me learn how to do a better job of dancing. And so, I turned to her and I said, "Look, now see, we were doing just fine before what?" And she's like, "Before I started leading." And I said, "Exactly right." So, but I said, "Now look, when you dance with the instructor, I said, you don't say shit. You just cock that head back and you smile, and he's flinging you all around the room. And you think you're on Dancing with the Stars, and you just enjoying it. Just loving it." And so what we have to do is just to have men take more charge, more control of the situation. And her response to me when I said that to her, she said, "Well, the instructor knows what he's doing." Which is true. He knew what he's doing. And so that's a metaphor as well. Men, we have to get in there. We have to make things happen, take leadership, but also earn that leadership by making good, sound decisions. I talk about this in another video, how to be head of your household, making competent decisions, and showing our commitment as well. So we have to, men, take charge, be more assertive, more controlling and leading in certain areas. Women, let the men lead, but we don't want to be too excessive one way or the other. But if you want your man to take more control, these are just some things that you can do to take your man to another level of showing him to be more of a leader and take control more, so you can feel more like a woman. And you'll be glad that you did if you train your man the right way. Harmonious wishes.